People are going absolutely bonkers over something BlackRock did last month. Just when you thought this was the best moment, Shiba dropped a huge surprise. This is a watershed moment in history beyond our wildest expectations. However, what am I actually referring to? Excuse me, what's up? Permit me to elaborate. Exclusion clause: the unexpected movement of about 50 trillion. SHIB tokens caused a recent spike in Shiba Inu transaction activity. The network was overwhelmed by this sudden influx of users. Many attribute the sudden uptick in activity to the incident that occurred on the Wazirx exchange, which caused the theft of SHIB tokens worth trillions of dollars and their subsequent flooding of the market. To give you an idea of scale, there are a total of 50 trillion tokens, which is around 10% of the total Shiba Inu supply. It's rather unusual for such a huge quantity to change all at once. That's a tremendous proportion. Since this kind of sudden, enormous volume of transactions is unusual for cryptocurrencies, it brought a lot of attention to Shiba Inu. The notorious Mt. Gox Bitcoin hack is only one example of how this kind of thing has happened before, leading to huge swings in the Bitcoin market. As a result, people start to look at the impacted coin more closely and wonder what the future holds for it. The asset's price did a good job of absorbing the liquidity, even if a lot of Shiba Inu were sold. The market did not undergo a disastrous collapse, which is good news. There was widespread anxiety that the price would plummet as a result of the enormous sell-off. In spite of this, the market stability demonstrates resiliency and community support. Shiba Inu's ability to weather storms without causing major disruptions is encouraging news for investors and bodes well for the future of the asset. Whatever the case may be, the sheer volume of SHIB at play here is really staggering. Such a massive transaction is unusual and draws attention to possible flaws, thus it garnered a lot of attention from the crypto community as a whole. The rest of the crypto community is waiting to see how Shiba Inu reacts. How the development team deals with this influx of new attention is the main concern now. If they want to increase interest in Shiba Inu and strengthen their position in the market, now is the time to make a significant statement or move. They can demonstrate their strength and inventiveness by taking daring measures which will bring them attention in the crypto industry. The Shiba Inu squad, what were their activities? The announcement is even more bizarre than anyone could have imagined, believe me. But first, we must address one more important matter about BlackRock and its Bitcoin ETF. This is crucial because, as is well known, Shiba Inu has previously demonstrated a significant degree of sensitivity to changes in the Bitcoin ETF. No matter how thrilling the Shiba Inu team's announcement is, the price can have no reaction or even go down if the Bitcoin ETF displays negative indicators or lacks performance. We can't turn a blind eye to the fact that Bitcoin ETF movements dominate Shiba Inu. Here, though, is where things become interesting. Hey Apollo co-founder Thomas Ferrer recently brought attention to a major X development. An astounding 18,600 Bitcoin tokens, or a whopping $1.23 billion, have been added to BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF this month. Even more astonishing is the fact that there have been zero inflows to the ETF just twice this month. Quite a significant matter. A massive infusion of funds into the ETF indicates that investors have a lot of faith in the market and are optimistic about its prospects. It shows that people are bullish on Bitcoin, which can affect associated investments like Shiba Inu. It appears like the cryptocurrency market might be in for some exciting new developments if this trend keeps up. The massive influx of capital into Bitcoin sends a good message and may improve the market climate generally, which is great. News for Shiba Inu and other cryptocurrencies. Many market participants are perplexed as to why Bitcoin prices haven't experienced a major increase yet, considering the tremendous influx of funds into the cryptocurrency through BlackRock's ETF. The question of why we aren't mooning was even posed by one individual. In this ecosystem, I see paper Bitcoin. I see a lot of logic in this question. We should anticipate a substantial price hike if there is a substantial influx of fresh capital. But there may be a solid explanation for why this isn't occurring. Never lose sight of the fact that earlier this month, Germany sold 50,000 Bitcoin. Some of the fresh money that's flooding into the market may be going towards this massive auction. Reduced enthusiasm for new investments and a slower than anticipated market rise might result from large-scale selling by key holders like Germany. Even while there are good trends elsewhere, this type of massive transaction might affect the dynamics of supply and demand, which could stabilize or even suppress price movements. There is another consideration aside from the Bitcoin ETF scenario. This month, customers of the now-defunct Japanese exchange Meatcox will get back almost $9 billion in Bitcoin, as we discussed in earlier videos. Some market fear has ensued, which is understandable. Nevertheless, Bitcoin journalist Colin Wu has some important news to share. He took to Reddit to disseminate the findings of a recent survey among the Bitcoin holders of MTGOX. The majority of those who have received Bitcoin do not intend to sell it, according to the survey. The market could be stabilized if most recipients of Bitcoin opt to hold on to it instead than selling, thus this is good news. There may not be as much selling pressure from a large quantity of Bitcoin as first thought. This provides optimism that the market will be able to weather these storms relatively unscathed and implies that good things may be on the horizon. Assuming all goes according to plan, Shiba Inu shouldn't suffer any ill effects, and this might be its golden age. Shiba Inu's lead developer, Shiba has spoken frankly about the game's intended direction. Shiba Inu, he has repeatedly stated, is capable of even greater things, Kusuma hinted. In March, that the current Shiba Inu target price of $3,000 might be too low. Leading business journal Arabian Business recently interviewed Kusuma. He had lofty plans for the Shiba Inu environment, which he discussed in this interview. Shiba Inu aspires to become the first decentralized entity in the world to be worth $1 trillion, according to Kusuma. His audacious goal-setting exemplifies the promise he has for Shiba Inu and establishes lofty standards for its potential. Shiba Inu is currently worth about $1 billion, elevating it to the position of 13th biggest cryptocurrency globally. When it comes to the biggest assets, Shiba Inu would be second only to Bitcoin if its market cap reached $1 trillion. The Shiba Inu's current $1 trillion price is, of course, based on pure speculation. Nevertheless, one must consider the distant future. The value of leading projects will certainly increase substantially as the entire cryptocurrency industry keeps growing. It may not seem so far-fetched in this context for Shiba Inu to attain a $1 trillion market cap. The market's growth and development could make such lofty goals more attainable in the future. However, a huge price hike would be necessary for Shiba Inu to reach a $1 trillion worth. At this time, there are 4 zeros following the decimal point when dealing with Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu would have to reach a price of 0.010 to reach a market valuation of $1 trillion, so long as the supply remains constant. Some market experts think this is feasible, as it would represent a tremendous 9,700% increase from its current price. It is worth noting that multiple price predictions have shown that Shiba Inu might potentially reach this aim. To illustrate the point, the renowned market research site Coinpedia Markets has forecasted that Shiba Inu would, particularly in the event that Ethereum ETFs are authorized. This style of forecast emphasizes the possibility of substantial gains and implies that such a price surge might not be totally unattainable down the road. Lucy also has a message for individuals who aren't yet convinced this is possible. The more people fail to recognize the Shiba Inu's potential, the greater its potential, she tweeted today. Her remarks highlight the fact that Shiba Inu can, in spite of skepticism and underappreciation, surpass expectations and accomplish outstanding development. However, how do you feel about that? Leave a comment below. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. If you're interested in finding out more, just click on one of the videos displayed. After that, the video comes to a close. Likes and comments go a long way in the YouTube algorithm, so please do them if you like the video. The more people you can get to watch this video, the better. We need to spread the word about this.